This is the Enderman and Zombie, and they don't really have a lot of animations compared to some of the newer mobs. At least that's what Reddit told me. But what if they did? What would it look like? I found the answers while scrolling through a bunch of Reddit feeds that I transformed into actual animations in Blender. I started with this feed because I thought that it would be really cool to see a zombie erupt from the ground. Now, I'd usually model the mob in Blender, but then I realized that it doesn't really make sense because there's a bunch of them online. And I could always hop on over to Blockbench and get a mob from there and just plug it into Blender. And I can just hear the voices saying, well, why not just animate it in Blockbench? Well, it's because I'm a lot more proficient in Blender and I'm trying to muster up the nerve to use another software. It's so hard. Sometimes you feel like you're cheating on Blender. Fun and jokes aside though, this is a part where I'd usually rig the model to prep it for animation. I'm not doing that. Because there's an easier way to do it. By just keyframing the model as is, using the origin of geometry, or adding an empty and parenting it to the model so I can control it that way. Now, getting this bad boy to emerge from the ground wasn't the easiest thing to do, because as human beings we have a lot of bones and joints that allow us to move in natural looking ways, but with Minecraft, you have a lot of blocky characters. In short, this could either look really good or really bad. I made the head pop out first because I thought that looked really cool. Then I added some keyframes to the rest of the body just to create a good transition from underground to above ground. I cooked up a storm with this animation and I could feel the heat rising. The next Reddit post basically said that the zombie should have a limp, like that one time Batman got beat up real bad. And I think that should have always been the case, because it just makes it look more zombie-like. And that's what I did here. Nothing fancy, just something simple, not too exaggerated. Because I still wanted to have that Minecraft feel like an animation that could actually fit in the game and not feel outlandish in any way, like something that shouldn't be there. And I feel like I achieved that. Once everything is put together, this is what it would look like. He pops up from underground, limps forward. I do see this becoming a bit redundant, so I still think that there should be mobs that spawn out of nowhere, and this animation should be left to a select few. I also think that it would be cool if the head peeks out while your avatar is there and you lose a couple hearts. When it came to the Enderman, the only gripe was that it picks up blocks and places them in random areas, which I'd say there's absolutely no reason for that. So I went about the animation with the Enderman picking up a block, and as a warning, if you stare at it for too long, it would throw that block at you. And I'd pretty much love to see that in game, I'm not going to lie. I couldn't decide if I wanted him to throw the block at you from a distance or appear right in front of you and hit you with the block. But you guys can decide that in the comments. That's all, folks. You've been great for watching and I've been LavaWig.